I like going to military surplus shops. There's always something cool there. Let's get right into it. Here's 5 things I bought from a military surplus shop. First up is an assault pack. This thing is a pretty cool bag. Coolest thing about it was it only cost $20. So I thought that was a really good price for a backpack, especially a military style backpack. This thing is pretty durable. You got buckles all over. Pouches all over with pretty robust zippers. There's the main compartment. It's not that big of a bag. It's definitely on the smaller side, but it's a great bag for hiking, camping, going outside, whatever it may be, even just transporting a few items. Pretty nice shoulder straps, a little bit of padding to them, and they're pretty wide, and a chest strap. For 20 bucks, I don't think you'll ever find a better bag than this. The camo is ACU. You can find them in different camos. I'm really not the biggest fan of ACU, but for the price, I'm willing to look past that. Be a pretty cool U.S. Army assault pack. Next up is a military water jug. This is a 20-liter jug or 5 gallons, and it's meant for holding water. It says water right on it, so you're not mistaking it. I believe this particular one is made by TCI. Scepter also makes water jugs that you can buy. I believe they're made to the same spec. This is made of HDPE. It's very durable, and supposedly it doesn't leach so badly into water. I still don't love drinking out of plastic, but it's there for emergency water storage. Everyone should have something to store water for an emergency. This holds a good amount. It's got a top lid here for filling and a spout to pour, along with a pressure release valve. Now I bought this one new, and I paid around 50 bucks for it. They also had used ones for 25 that were pretty dirty and beat up. The only reason I wouldn't recommend buying a used one of these is because you don't know what people were putting in before it. I don't want to mess around with that for drinking containers. Now you could clean it out real good, but still, I'd rather just spend the money and get a new one to ensure that there hasn't been stuff that shouldn't be in there. Now I do recommend, even if it's new, clean it out real good. These sometimes come with a smell to them, so definitely be sure to clean them out. Nice way to store water. Next up is going to be these ammo cans. They come in a bunch of different sizes. This one's a pretty large one, a little bit smaller. This is your standard 50 cal sized can, and the one I have the most of. Definitely, you should be buying these, stacking them up, even if you don't have the ammo to be putting in them, because, well, you might acquire ammo that you need to store, and this is a really good way to do it. These things are bomb-proof, and you can't have enough of them. And to be honest, you don't even have to put ammo in them. A lot of people use them as toolboxes. You can use them for whatever you want. The one thing I would recommend about these, when you're buying them, they come with a rubber seal around here. Just make sure that that's not completely broken down, and you'll still get a good seal. A good seal on these, the stuff inside, completely waterproof, protected from the elements. Stuff in here will stay protected. Usual price I'm paying for these at the store I go to is usually around 15 bucks, so it's not a bad price. The next item, or items, is going to be apparel. There's a lot of clothes, a lot of apparel you can buy at a surplus shop. You can find some really good stuff at really good prices. Here's a great example. When I went, they had this desert camo jacket, just a standard looking jacket. It's got pockets all over. The material, very durable. This thing will hold up really well. Why this was so special was I found it for literally $5, and it's kitten proof. But yeah, that's crazy. $5 for this thing. I don't know if you could tell, but this material, super durable. Buttons up. This is an awesome jacket, and it was in a bin for $5. How can you not? You cannot find clothes like this for that price. Going with apparel, I'll throw in a boonie. Never hurts to have a boonie. What's great about these is, you know, you can wear them every single day. Keeps the sun off your face. You could drape mosquito net over it. There's tons of possibilities with these. It just makes for a really good hat. Also, in the apparel category, you could throw in gloves. For example, these are some awesome gloves made by Blackhawk. They're Hellstorm Fury gloves. And what's so special about these gloves is they are really high quality gloves. You got leather palms, leather on the back. They do pretty well in the winter, I found, for mildly cold weather. What's really cool though is it comes back and protects a bit of your arm. I've looked online for these things and I really haven't been able to find them. You'll find the occasional listing on eBay for these. I'm a really big fan of these. I actually had another pair of these that I used for work. They held up really well, and these are actually brand new. I haven't used them yet. I think they were like 25 bucks, which, you know, isn't the cheapest, but I'm telling you, they last a long time. They're really good. Oh, and the price of the hat, probably $10 to $15 for these. I bought a couple of them. And one thing I'll say, sometimes you can buy a cheap boonie online and they're never the same quality. The military ones are much nicer quality, at least in my experience. Lastly, gotta throw a whoopee in. Everyone knows a whoopee, but if you don't, it's basically just a blanket. It's actually a poncho liner, but you use them as a blanket. These things are great going camping, whatever, even just at home. Watch a movie, throw it on, give it to your kid, give it to your wife. Whoopies are great. Even use it on your bed. This one's in woodland camo. It was bought new, actually. It's a decent size. Not the best for extreme cold weather, but it does a really good job of just keeping you warm and blocking the wind. Really big fan of the whoopee. I think everyone should have one. Well guys, there's 5 items that I bought from a military surplus shop. I'll do another video with another 5 items if you're interested. But I'll say, I'll end it with this. Go to your local surplus shop. Go check them out. I'm sure there'll be something there that's cool. A lot of military surplus shops are slowly going out of business. I want these shops to stick around because you can find some really amazing stuff from them. So go to the stores, browse through, just check stuff out. I'm sure you'll find something you like. Well, thanks for watching. Like the video, like I said, I'll do another 5 items. Subscribe for more. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you next time.